We're excited to be here. This is the Young Farmer Conference and Growing Together Conference here in Michigan. Our home base, we're located in Ann Arbor, Michigan, so it's always good to be out in front of our local Michigan farmers. So we talked today a lot about how satellite imagery can make a huge impact on our farms, more so than ever before because of increased resolution and new bands of spectrum that allow us to really pick up what's going on in the fields. And so it's a tool for both catching problems that we maybe didn't know we had out in the field, for monitoring in-season health, where we can actually find problems and fix them before they cause damage to our yield. One example of a guy down in Texas that we were working with, had this huge grasshopper infestation that he didn't even know it was there until he got an alert from farm logs. On my family's farm, we found some nitrogen deficiency that we didn't know about early on. We caught it early enough to fix it because of an alert that we got. And so there's that service, which is also offered with our nitrogen monitoring, where we're actually watching how the weather has impacted the nitrogen in your field, and not trying to predict it, because we don't believe that's possible to predict weather long range, but that's the challenge that we farmers face every single year, is dealing with how the weather is impacting our crops. And so because you can't predict the weather and can't guess it, you got to watch and pay attention, and that's exactly what our tools do, is help you see what's happening in the field, and we can actually monitor nitrogen levels throughout the season and help you make better, more calculated decisions about how much to apply and when. And then we also have another service that's brand new for people that makes variable rate farming more powerful than ever before. So we talked about that increased resolution satellite imagery. We're lucky enough to have 6 years worth of that measured crop performance on everyone's fields. And so without having to collect a bunch of yield data or upload any soil maps or yield maps, we're able to actually look at the measured performance of the crops on your field and build that into management zones that really help us dial into the variability that actually is out in our fields, like really fine-grained variation that then can be used to hopefully save us some money on our input costs, where in years like this it's going to make a huge difference. I think everybody's struggling with that, to figure out, with corn prices being as low as they are, how do we turn a profit? Well, maybe we're overpopulating some areas of our field, and if we can get that right and help people get that right, I think we can make a big impact. So we do that for both corn seeding prescriptions, where you can essentially plug in your yield target for the field, and you'll get a recommendation that can be loaded right into your equipment that'll adjust the variable rate seeding, as well as nitrogen applications, which not only picks up on all that variation and where you're going to lose nitrogen, where you're going to hold it based on the soil characteristics, but also is monitoring the weather. So getting it dialed into how much do we need given the weather that's happened so far this season. And those are new things that we're really excited to have out with people, and you can find out more on our website at farmlogs.com. Drones versus satellites. So we actually published a special report, and you can get it on our blog, blog.farmlogs.com, and that actually highlights 5 different reasons why a farmer can actually benefit more from satellite imagery today than drones. So I think we talk a lot about drones because they're really exciting. They're fun new toys that we can play with and we can get out in the fields, and they're actually useful in some ways for up close inspection. But you think about the amount of time and effort that you're going to put into flying a drone over all your fields all the time, not to mention the 4 other reasons that Tracy, one of our remote sensing experts, would tell you in that report can be inaccurate using a drone versus a satellite. It's just a lot of work. And so what we recommend is using technology like farm logs to do your broad scale monitoring, where we're able to capture every single one of your fields in one single pass with a satellite on a very regular basis to find the problem areas, and then maybe use your drone to get out there in the field to go inspect up close when we show you where the problem's at. A little bit better partnership with drones and satellites instead of just using one or the other. We have everything from a free app that I would encourage everyone to try and use, and that's going to show you how much rain you're getting out of the field. It's going to allow you to keep records and scout and do a lot of other great things like that. That's entirely free. Then we also offer an Advantage package. So for $2,500 a year, it's completely unlimited acreage, where you can put the whole farm in. We're going to monitor nitrogen levels in the field. We're going to provide all kinds of satellite imagery and crop health monitoring, where we catch in-season yield threats. And then we're also going to offer that automatic activity recording, where the GPS in your phone is able to pick up that you're working in the field and record that for you. So that's all at $2,500. And then for growers that want to take advantage of our prescription subscriptions where we can do variable rate seeding and variable rate nitrogen, easier than everything you've ever seen before, and more accurate than anything that has ever been out there before. That's an $850 an acre fee. So you have all those different options.
Right.